For our finale, the question again, the only bowler to roll a 300 on television on King of Bowling. Send those cards to Mystery Quiz. Cards only, no letters. Mystery Quiz, 1821 Summit Road, room 216, Cincinnati 45237. And the winner to receive a $50 gift certificate from Carl's Bowlers Paddock. That will be next Sunday after the drawing. Question this week, Sammer, very, very easy. Who won the championship last year on King of Bowling? The answer was
Mike Upchurch.
18-year-old Mike Upchurch, right at Seymour Lanes.
Right. We had a lot of right answers, but some of them forgot to put their names and addresses on the card.
That's no good.
That's right.
Here's the finale. Our king, our first king of bowling, Davy Callery, lane 13. He'll go against Jerry Bosse. Dave starts the first one en route. Right in there. Jerry with that 258 to Jim Buchheid's 243. Jim, of all times, opens with a washout, tacks 8 in a row, then in his 10th frame comes up with a 6-7 split and lost by 15 pins. Jerry with that down and in. Boy, I mean, he cannonballs it, but he's a down and in type of bowler. Well, let's see, counting his other games, Sam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it stopped after 7. He starts off this one with the difference in that game was his bringing back that 6-7 split.
That was a big difference.
His very first frame, he brings back the 6-7. First time we've made it this year. And it went on to really spark Jerry. So we have an even match after one frame. He means business today, Slam.
Certainly does.
Well, Fritz Kessler hasn't had too much to razz him about today.
That's right.
Here's the Withamsville Flash. Davy Callery wants to retain that title and keep up bringing back that $400 check. It's not hard to take with about 12, 13 minutes worth of work.
That's true, very true. I like to have that little job.
Oh, there's a digger. That was a mixing ball slam.
Yeah, he's a member of the Tri-State state team champions, too, Dave Callery is.
Little Davy. A lot of bowler, this fellow, down through the years. Next week, you're going to see a lot of new faces. Ted Cooley, Adam Rink, and Jack Cockerham. And either Davy Callery or Jerry Bosse. Is it turkey time? Oh. 6:05 was low yesterday at Callery. 6:05. Nick Willenweber was the standby with a 7:14. Don Scudder, who was standby today, he's getting close all the time, Sam. He's 7:13.
Standby next week because Nick and them are going to Nashville to bowl.
Jerry needs a strike to keep pace. Molly, that 4-pin. A little snug, Sam.
Yeah, put a little more speed on that one.
Princeton Bowl, the scene of qualifying next Saturday at 9:30 a.m. You had a good turnout at Callery yesterday, didn't you?
Oh, swell.
So the spare for Jerry Bosse as we move over to frame 4, lane 13, in a packed house here at Northwest.
Yesterday, Callery Jack had 393 entries.
393. Well, Jerry knows he can't afford any more 9s and a spare. He wants to get back on those X's. 5-step approach, about the 8th board in. Wow! There's a hesitation 7-10, huh? Jerry stood there for a moment, and the expression on his face, he couldn't believe what he was looking at, the 710.
I don't know what took him so long.
Here's Davy Callery. Started with 3. Notice he extends that ball. Doesn't have a big backswing at all. Oh, he's hitting that pocket light, and they're working, Sam.
Yeah, he's got a good backswing, Jack. Short and sweet, and rolls the ball super. Got a beautiful speed.
What did he roll? 785 in qualifying?
785, that's right.
15 pins shy of an 800 series. He's
also had another 700 besides that he pulled over there, too.
There you can see Davy takes almost all of the approach. Use 5 steps. There's that light hit again, but he didn't trip the 7 this time.
This is a beautiful condition here, Jack. This is Davy's shot here, I'll tell you. Really super.
They're both rolling about the same line.
Outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the difference is Jerry's a little bit more speed than Davy.
Of course, Davy's more, he can go inside just as well as outside.
On the brown boards.
Wasn't too much rain left down there, Slammer.
It was going away pretty fast.
About one more revolution of that ball, and it would not have been.
And in the channel.
It's almost a $400 spare.
Well, right now,
Almost got it there, Mark.
This is a must strike for Jerry.
almost a must if he wants to stay with him, right?
Come on, you animal, do it again.
Almost the same kind of a hit again. What's happening with that 710 staying there, huh?
He always gets a 710 down last.
He's storing the trouble there.
Sooner or later, that 710 is going to remain upright. He's had 2 identical hits, the 7 and the 10 falling last. Jerry was looking down at his spot, which is about I guess he's rolling about the 8th board, Sam. Sam, would that have you talking to yourself?
I left one like that one time for 300.
Like that?
Yes, sir.
Great day in the morning. 7 pin. I mean, it's still wiggling down there.
That'll jolt your nerves.
Well, he couldn't have hit it any better had he been down there and hit him with a hammer. A sledgehammer, that is. Boy, that ball was solidly in that pocket. Wow.
I had 11 pins in there, Jerry.
Yeah, that gives Davy a little breathing room. 3 in a row would have hurt.
There's about 11 pin difference yet.
I got a hunch we're liable to go down to that final ball again like we did in the first 2 matches.
We'll go down to the 10th again. 2 very fine competitors.
Perfect speed on this fellow's ball. There's that light hit again. Boy, he has that lane 14 down to a science.
Well, he's really rolling that ball good.
He hits that head pin light, and that ball is still digging and trips that 5 pin out of there. You're right. 11 pins plus the advantage of a strike. He's had everyone in the pocket so far in 6 frames. See if he's using the same line that light hit here on 13. Yep. Oh, that 10 pin. Now you know how Jerry felt when he had the 7. Yeah, next week, Sam, we'll go to Coleraine Bowl with Ted Cooley, Adam Rink, and Jack Cockerham. Where are you digging these newcomers, Sam?
Well, they're coming up out of the floorboards, I think. That Adam Rink, he's a Fairfield Hamilton bowler, and Jack Cockerham's out of Middletown, and Ted Cooley's one of these Cincinnati bowlers.
Cross lane shot for the 10. No doubt about it. Well, this is a must ball for Jerry again.
It's true, very true.
Here we've had some good matches. 235 to 229. Jim Buchheit over Rick Peters. Jerry Bosse's 258 to Jim Buchheit's 243, and Jim loses with such a score, coming up with the 6-7 split in his final frame. Oh, well, this time he leaves the 7.
Yeah, that one wasn't rolling too good.
12 pins separating the two now. Getting late. We're in frame 7. Eighth frame, Sam, and boy, this is going to go right down with only 12 pins separating the two.
Go down to the last ball, most likely.
What you like? You don't like to see runaway matches, somebody jumping up by 50 or 60 pins.
Over the years, we haven't had many runaways, I'll tell you.
We haven't. Incidentally, to make the presentations today will be the assistant manager here at Northwest, Dave Lockwood, George Griffiths, sitting back and letting Dave do it.
And he's quite a bowler himself, that Dave, one of them left-handers.
Well, it isn't 7, it's the 10. I think that speed is starting to be a detriment.
Jerry's getting a little bit faster, a little faster.
Speed is becoming the detriment right now to Jerry Bosse. He's been in there in the pocket, but that speed of his, that 6 pin just flying around, or the 4 pin is flying around the 7.
You don't give the ball.
Well, Davey Callery can solidify that lead now. Our question again for next week before we leave you: who rolled the only 300 on television on BPA King of Bowling and happened at Stones and on Easter Sunday?
That's very true, on Easter Sunday. He really had a hop on that day.
Bill Heflin was bowling against the fella, rolled a 247 and lost.
That's right.
There it is, that light hit which trips the 5 and a 7. He's got that lane down to a science.
He's really got it rolling good over there, I'll tell you.
Well, Davey wants to come back next week against Ted Cooley, Adam Rink, and Jack Cockerham. Ninth frame, a big ball now for either bowler. Dave gets one here. He really has a comfortable lead. Of course, remember Jerry Bosse? He went out with 6 in a row. He pulled that one. Oh, that was a bad ball. He knew it when he let it go, Sam.
Yeah, he really pulled that shot.
4, 6, 10.
Got his feet going too fast.
Oh, Jerry's got breathing room again. I'll guarantee you, Davey will be going for this, Sam.
It's almost impossible.
He's got to just skim that 6 pin. Gave it a shot, too. 197 through 9, is that right?
It's right down to the stick.
Well,
You know what can happen, don't you?
Jerry Bosse, before he got up, just looked over at the score sheet being kept by Don Scudder here at the lanes to see just how far he is behind.
Jerry gets a strike, goes right down to 1 pin.
Big ball here for Jerry. Don't give opponents an opening in bowling.
That Jerry's a stretch runner. He comes right through the stretch.
Well, What did he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row, didn't he? Back there, yeah, to wind up game number 2. He was hammering, got 1 in the 9th, 2 in the 10th. Here's the first one in the 10th frame. Oh, you don't sell him short, Sam.
That makes it interesting.
Doesn't it, though? Wowie. It's amazing, Sam, when you get a crowd like this, and I mean, we got them jammed in here today.
Packed in here. If he gets a strike here, he'll close it out.
You can hear the pin drop when he gets up on the approach right now.
Jerry can get 236 if he goes out. The best Dave Callery going to be 227.
Right. Oh, he pulled the devil out of that one.
All right, come on, get all 3. That's all you need. Come on.
Davey's still going to have to get a double though, regardless.
He did the same thing Dave did. He pulled that ball like crazy.
Now he can get 223 with a fill.
The 3, 6, 10. If he covers all 3, he goes with a 223. Make that 222. 222.
Would you say 3 twos never lose?
Deuces are wild. Of course, Davey needs 2 here, Sam.
Needs a double.
Can he do it? This is the lane where he has been shooting light and bringing them back.
Yeah, he's been hitting pretty good.
But he needs 2 in a row. Well, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. That time he didn't trip the 5 as he was doing earlier.
Ball didn't finish too strong.
So Jerry Bosse down both games. He was trailing 20 pins each frame against Jimmy Buchheide and won out with a 258, trailing all the way up until the 9th frame in this one, and wins with a 223 to Davies, well, 217 if he gets them all. So next week, when we go to Callery Bowl, it'll be Ted Cooley, Adam Rink, Jack Cockerham, and Jerry Bosse, our top qualifier. And there you see the names sitting right down there in front, the recipient of a $400 check right after this delivery here. Here it is. 217 it is. He needed that one first, Sam. The winner with a 222, 5 pins in front. Jerry Bosse, the presentation right after this. You know the way these fellas bowled this afternoon, it's a shame we had to have losers. We had some of the finest bowling we've had thus far. Let's have a round of applause for all of the bowlers today. But the man who emerged victoriously to become our new king, and he did it the hard way, coming from behind both times to do it, our winner, new king, Jerry Bosse, ladies and gentlemen. Now to make the presentation of the checks is the assistant manager here at Northwest, and quite a bowler himself. He comes from the port side. Lefty Dave Lockwood, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Jack. On behalf of the Greater Cincinnati BPA and the Burger Utapole Company, for 4th place to Rick Peters, a check for $75. Congratulations.
Nice job, Rick.
And 3rd place, Jimmy Buchheide. Good shooting, Jimmy.
Jimmy, nice job.
And 2nd place, and dethroned, but he'll be back, I know it, Dave Callery.
No truer words were spoken.
And to the new king, Jerry Bosse. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jerry. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Our new king, Jerry Bosse, just made the drawing for the question last week, which was who won the BPA King of Bowling Championship last year for 1978. It was held down at Seymour. The winner was Mike Upchurch, if you'll recall, 18 years of age at that time. The winner of a $50 gift certificate from Fassel's Bowling Supply, Mr. Howard Matthews of Rose Tree Lane in Cincinnati 45230. Congratulations, Howard. Well, as I said, it was a shame, and Jimmy, one parting remark. Dad, Dick Buchheide, was back there all day. He should be mighty proud of the way you performed today. Losing with 243 is tough to take. Yeah. He'll be back again, as all of them will. Next week, don't forget, we'll be seeing you from Coleraine Bowl. Until then, what an audience you've been. Thank you ever so much. Good afternoon from Northwest Lanes.